Hey, what's going on YouTube? Adam C here. I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm frustrated, angry, disappointed. I want to sell all of my fish and all of my fish tanks. And that's what I feel like. So what's up, guys? Nothing in this video is going to be pretty. So here's the 300. Just a mess. I'm not going to edit anything. You're going to see just how lovely everything is. Let's walk over to the gar tank. Oh, there's no gar in the tank. Not a single one. So I wonder why. Here's why. So I did my normal water changes last night. You know, water straight into the tank from the tap. I had safe with the tap water that's going in. Time it all perfectly. Never had a problem. Not even anything close to a problem. Did the water change last night, get home today. Fish are floating. Fish are trying to breathe at the surface. Some fish just look confused. So, you know, what the hell? I did a water change yesterday like normal. Did not have any problems at all. Maybe we should test the tap water, which has never been a problem in the effing 10 years I've been here. So I thought maybe let's test for ammonia out of the tap. Never had a problem before, but what's it look like today? Oh, that's what it looks like today. 2 parts per million. No wonder all the fish are dying. So I suppose the good news is the 300, it's big enough, it's got enough water volume that for the most part, the adult fish are doing okay. I'm going to have to do some sort of treatment now, but the smaller fish, like the fish that are only 3 to 4 inches, heterotania, smaller trout. I've lost 3 of the heterotania so far, 1 of the trout. So what I'm doing is I'm going to drain some of this water and try to catch these smaller fish out of here. The bigger ones aren't showing signs of distress yet, so I'm hoping that stays the same. So what I am doing is, let's just go look. So this is just a giant disaster out here too, because I've been running around like crazy. There's my male gar, the 9-10 incher. Yeah, he's dead. The good news about having a fish room is I have a lot of tanks and I don't do water changes all at the same time, just for this reason when something like this happens. So I did not do water changes on any of these tanks yesterday. So whatever was thrown in the water was thrown in like in the last couple days in our water system. So all these fish are doing fine out here. So I've only lost so far the 1 male gar. I did add 4 or 5 of the gar in here, put them in there because that water seemed to be okay. I added a couple more in here. You can't even see, this is just disgusting. 2 gar in there. I also added my extra male trout. He was struggling, but since he came into this tank, he's perked back up a little bit. And he's dead. Probably get him out of here now. What a joke. Yeah, nice 10-inch Lichnochromis acudiceps Malawi gar. Waste. So I'm going to keep moving some of these fish, the smaller ones, in the tanks in here. Probably not going to add any more in that 125. I'll probably move the remaining living heterotania and smaller trout into the 75. Like I showed before, I did clear this 20 long to add a couple in there. So I guess we'll stick with that and see what this does. The beauty of fish keeping. All I want to do is come home and have a lovely evening, relax, and instead I'm just drenched in water. I'm upset. I'm glad my wife's working late because, I'm not going to be a very friendly person to hang around tonight. Alright, let's continue the work. Alright guys, so on a night when I meant to come home and relax, I don't know when I'll post this, but today is Thursday. No, today's Wednesday. See, I don't even know what's going on. Today's Wednesday when I'm filming this. I don't know when I'll post it, but as you can see, I had to drain a lot of the water out of the 300. This is just one of the tanks affected, and I get it. If your tank water is high in ammonia, why would you do a water change? It's only going to make it worse. Well, I did test the water again a few minutes ago. It's not nearly as bad as it was. It's still not great, so I'm treating as the water is going in. But the reason I drained this water, it's not really to put in better quality water. It's because I needed to catch the smaller fish out of there, which is the ones that were suffering, and about to die, and get them in a tank that's not polluted with an unreal amount of ammonia. So when you have a 300-gallon tank like such, it is super difficult to catch fish out of it. There's just no way to do it unless it's the middle of the night when they've been sleeping for a while, or if you drain the water out. So I was able to catch the Heterotania. I lost 4 of the 9. So I have 1 male and a few females left. I caught the younger trout out of there. 2 out of the 3 are alive. That's a plus. I don't think I lost anything out of the 300. The larger fish seem to be sort of hanging in there. They're not showing signs of struggling. I don't know if you can see them or not. There's a few. They're not struggling as bad as the younger ones. Let's rotate this around so you can see what I'm showing. So you can see we're down really low on that 300, but I had to get those younger fish out of there. Literally by the minute you could see them getting worse and worse. Not going to edit this. Not worth editing. The 125 with the gar, completely empty. This thing's just going to sit. And I don't know. I'll put fish back in it when I can. So out in the fish room, that leaves me with a bit of a mess. You know, filters are not ready to go for the levels that I have now. I plan out the size of my filters based on the expected bioload. The bioload's way off now for almost all of these tanks. The 125 in front of you was just originally the 7 Rampochromis. I've had to add in a Macrostoma female and 6 gar female. That's going to change the bioload to that tank. The 75 over here, this might almost be equal because I did add some Heterotania, but this is one of the other tanks I did a water change on yesterday, and I lost half of the Mylochromis, so I guess now I have room for Heterotania and a couple of the trout that are in here. Trout. This tank is better now, though. Being only a 75, this is much easier to fix. So down here, this 20 long, again, not editing. 2 Heterotania female in there. I did have Macrostoma fry in here. Those Macrostoma went with the rest of the Macrostoma fry, even though they're probably too small to go in there. So I may lose some of those by being eaten. I'm not really sure, but just weighing the pros and cons, that's what I went with. It's a lot of fish in a 40-gallon. I'm not comfortable at all with that. Let's see. Good news. This 20-gallon tall, completely unaffected, didn't do any water changes. It's full of Mylochromis plagiotania and about 35 bristlenose pleco fry. Half albino, half regular, whatever. I'm not really in this video. I'm just kind of wandering around. This is my 40-gallon down here. The trout that was suffering, 8.5-inch male. Super nice male. I think he's going to pull through. And by the way, I don't need him anymore, so if anyone local to St. Louis wants an 8.5-inch Malawi trout male, there you go. Send me an email, send me a message, whatever. And I've got 2 of the gar female in here just to break it up. I think they'll be okay. But, you know, hell, I don't know. So where does a day like today leave me? It's not the first time that I've had some disaster strike my fish room. It won't be the last time. I've probably lost, I don't know, $700 or $800 worth of fish today. That's the way it goes. If you've been keeping fish for any amount of time, that does happen to you, whether it's from a reason like this, or an outbreak of disease, or one of your friends dumps a shot glass of vodka into your tank and you lose fish, because that did happen to me 10 years ago. So it does happen to everybody. All you can do is either pack up and quit, which I have way too much enjoyment for the hobby to do that, or you can just attack it with everything that you keep on hand, which is a big reason to keep medications on hand, water conditioners on hand, have backup plans, and then, you know, try to execute your backup plan. If you need to drink while you do it, have a drink while you do it, like I am. Maybe you'll feel a little bit better. But yeah, just from here, we'll go forward and see where that leaves us. I think, again, it's going to cost me a little under $1,000 worth of fish I've lost today. And the worst part isn't necessarily the money lost. It's that living creatures that depend on me for their survival, for their their success in life, for them to live and breathe and do well. I lost quite a few of them today, which is really disappointing. So most people will ask, well, make sure you contact your city tomorrow, make sure you complain and file a complaint. They're not going to do anything. They're just not going to. That's just the way it goes. They'll say that I should have been testing my water beforehand, which is pretty much true. But if you think you're going to get any money back off something like that, you're mistaken. So hopefully you guys didn't necessarily enjoy the video today, because that would be sick. Hopefully at least you got something out of it. And what I'll get out of it is you can't control everything, and you have to be prepared for the unexpected. So see you guys next time. I don't know when my next video will be, because I'm not going to show stuff like this again in the near future. So when things get back on track, I'll try to put some stuff on Instagram, Adam C. Solo, so follow that. And I'll start showing some tanks again. And I don't know what I'll have to show you when my next video comes out. So see you guys later.